For those of you who did not hear, when we had recorded and played stuff in the past year, because I was in a band with my friend Warren, he was getting more and more ill from ALS. He just passed away this past week. And so I had written a few new things, and I thought I would take some of the old ones that are in his voice and actually put them with the Stephen Hawking voice, which is what he ended up using on his wheelchair when he couldn't actually talk. So I thought I'd put those together, so I'll have old and new pieces together for this feature, and hopefully we will have Sepia Tone style music from the ultra-talented guitarist Janet go over here. So if...
Music which I've never played before, because I'm just going to come up with it while I'm standing up here.
That's awesome. Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Okay, I go over improv.
It's an improv night, but this is 10 minutes for Warren.
I know about this guy. He sucked his eyeball out with a shop vac. He went to the hospital, brought the shop vac with him. He was okay, but they couldn't put his eye back in. It was all mangled, and besides, it was covered in potato chips.
I hear these stories about Warren, but everything about him now is a poem. I think of how you'd make a face at the camera before we put on our little show for no one. I think back to all the music we made. You were the first, you know. Everything about you is now poetic. We'd sit on the phone, coming up with ideas. You'd tell me these ridiculous stories, and I'd listen, laugh. I treasure these memories now. They're permanently embedded into my mind, and I swear I won't let them go. I want the world to know of you and me. But they won't understand. They won't get what we had. No one will.
I heard this story about this fat woman who sat naked on a pork chop bone once, and didn't notice when it lodged itself among her folds of fat. Years later, when she felt a sharp pain, and the doctors couldn't figure out what it was, they opened her up and found the pork chop, and realized that her skin just eventually grew over it.
When the people who organized your high school class reunion found out you had ALS, and for the past 6 months you were bound to a wheelchair, they moved up the reunion date to the fall because they wanted to make sure you were alive long enough for all your high school friends to see you once more. And I thought, wait a minute. Stephen Hawking has AIDS, and he's lived for decades with ALS. Sorry, I said that wrong. Stephen Hawking has ALS, and he's lived for decades while bound to a wheelchair. They're really jumping the gun here. You're not about to die. Since I didn't go to school with you, I wrote our band name on my name tag at your class reunion held at your favorite local bar. Saw you there in your wheelchair, now unable to speak, but still holding court with all the girls from your high school days. Yeah, in your high school yearbook, you were even rated the biggest flirt. The girls still swooned as you periodically played pre-programmed messages from the computerized Stephen Hawking voice. When you saw me, you told me that I looked really beautiful today, and I blushed. What am I supposed to say? And then I heard you later on with other swooning women telling them, one by one, that they looked really beautiful today. And it made me smile. And then John was there when you complimented one more woman. And that's when this man responded, loud enough for the group to hear.
Stop complimenting me like that in front of everybody.
And everybody had a good laugh, reminding me of how you always put a smile on people's faces, how you'd crack jokes, how you'd make everyone smile. Later that evening, I saw your buddy ask you if you wanted to drink. You agreed on rum, and so he got some in a syringe and injected it into a tube. It's hard to see you like that, you know. You were always the one cracking the jokes, driving to my place in Chicago to practice music with me, or joining me at bars for our performances. You drove to Central Illinois with me to perform music live at a local radio station. But before we appeared at the bar, on the air, you kept singing a once popular song because it repeated your wife's name. So yeah, I'm far away. And it's hard to see you like that now, when there's nothing I can do for you. After that reunion, I couldn't call you to tell you how I feel. If you could have responded, you wouldn't want to hear it. And no matter what you were going through, you didn't want to hear others tell you how seeing you made them suffer. How selfish of them. They're not the ones knocking on death's door. Everyone else needs to keep on their happy face. It's the least we can do. When I heard you just died, I had the hardest time not crying. But if I started crying, I'd stop myself. What am I doing? He's no longer in pain while his body is destroyed cellularly. I have to keep telling myself, look, I know this hurts, but you knew it would eventually happen, and now he's no longer in pain. I'd be living at that point where I'm always just about to cry, until I was asked, what would Warren want? And I'd stop. And then I'd say, he'd want me to laugh. He'd want me to be happy. Just give me a minute. Because after seeing such bad things happen to such good people, I need to pull myself together before I can put a smile on my face again. It's someone's job to stitch the lips and eyes of a corpse up. It's someone's job to take a generic beige powder and concealer to give my friend the color of life. It's someone's job to trim the facial hair that extrudes after death. It's someone's job to style a corpse's hair so it still looks like the one you love. It's not my job to think of these things when you're the one in the coffin. It's not fair that we see the powder along your face, that we see the powder on your hands is also on your nails. It's not right to see you like this. Why must we make you up this way? It's not the way you lived, and this shouldn't be you after you died. It's someone's job to staple you shut, to make you look more alive. It's someone's job to cosmetically placate our fears, to make us not see what your body has become. It's someone's job to keep our fantasy going, because even though you've stopped living, We can't cope with you dying. The priest said, before you were interred, you shared the cross of the Lord. Jesus carried that cross in his walk before his mortal death, and you carried that cross for years. As that cross became heavier and heavier, and you could no longer lift that cross with your arms, still, you carried it. You never forsook the ones who gave you this death sentence, and still, you carried it. You never spoke to me of the pain. You never spoke to me of the injustice. And silently, you carried it. For months, you could no longer even speak of the cross you bore. And still, you carried it. You spoke only lightheartedly. You brought out true love from everyone around you. And how you made people love, how you made people good, now only reminds me that with you, like our teacher, like our friend, that I can only continue to pray that the world will be a better place because you were a part of it. This is a song that we were famously known for because I could act sexy on it and stuff. This is an acoustic song by the Eurythmics called I Need You. For one frozen moment, I need someone to pin me down so I can live in torment. I need you to really feel the twist in my back breaking. I need someone to listen to the ecstasy I'm faking. I need you, I need you. I need you to catch each breath that issues from my lips. I need someone to crack my skull. I need someone to kiss. So hold me now. I may pretend that I won't ever fall. Oh, I need you, I need you, I need you, I need I need I need you to pin me down just for one frozen moment. I need someone to pin me down so I can live in torment. I need you to really feel the twist in my back breaking. I need someone to listen to the ecstasy I'm faking. I'm faking, yeah, you. I need you. I need you. How are you? I need I need you. I'm sure nobody has he's like, I'm just going to do the one.
Yeah.
All right. Wayne Allen Jones decided to actually read this as a performance art piece because it was published in an issue. But this is a song that I've read on the actual racetrack for the Indy 500 right after it happened, because I'm like, I know it, I might as well talk about it. It talks about being on a long road, might as well. This is my best original song with music from Warren Peterson from Jenene Ravesloo. This is What We Need in Life.
Yeah.
Taking me anymore, and I don't know the right lines to say. I don't feel the things that you're feeling down deep inside of you, but I know this ain't the way, because nothing ventured, nothing gained. Nothing changes, nothing stays the same. So you go your way and I go mine. Maybe one day we will find what we need in life. What we need in life. I watch the ashes from your cigarette fall to the ground, and I think this fire will die down. I think I now see what is happening here between us, and I have to say goodbye, because nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing changes, nothing stays the same. So you go your way and I go mine. Maybe one day we will find what we need in life. What we need in life. I can't stay bitter and lonely and restless anymore, and I can't stay here with you. I see the red in your eyes and it scares me half to death, and I'll take this road alone, because nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing changes, nothing stays the same. So you go your way and I go mine. Maybe one day we will find what we need in life. What we need in life. Thank you very much.